Namaste. Are you okay? When I ask this question, it is not only about your physical health, it is also about the mind. Is your mind all right? So, why am I asking about the mind? Because health, as we see it, we look at the physical body only. So, when something goes wrong with the physical body, when there is a disease or a discomfort, then we go to the doctor, we take so many tests, we do the scan, we do so many things, blood tests, everything. But of late, I am seeing many people with my online counseling sessions. Among those, there are so many people who come and tell me that they are not feeling well. There is a kind of fear in the mind about death, about disease, about falling sick. And then they say, but my body also is not well, I have so many problems. Then they say, I went to so many doctors, I went to so many hospitals, I did all the tests, I did the scan, I did everything that they wanted me to do. And then the last doctor that I saw, they say, he advised me and said, there's nothing wrong with your body, you need to only treat the mind, and that's why I have come to you. This is what many people are saying today. And I started thinking, now when there is a problem with the health of a person, we always resort to medicines, we think about the physical health, so immediately we take medicines, which is okay, which is fine. But I think we should also look at the mind, because the mind can cause many ailments in the body. And I have been seeing a lot of examples, lot of people who had such problems and then who became all right once they dealt with the mind. In our classes, we have many classes in Alpha Mind Power. We also have a class called Agni Kundam. I used to do it directly earlier. Now, of course, we have only the online classes. In those, in that class, in the Agni Kundam class, we used to do a meditation for health. The question with which we did the meditation was, why is my health not 100%? What stops me from being a healthy person? So, when we do this meditation with that question, during the meditation, many people used to get visions, they used to get inputs as to what is stopping them from being healthy. And that way we used to come to know a lot of things about what's happening in people's mind, what is happening in their lives and why they are not healthy. I'll just give you one or two examples here. The first example is about a lady who was around 55 years old. We did the meditation, and at the end of the meditation, many people spoke about whatever they felt during the meditation. And this lady said, today it was a great revelation for me, she said. Then she said, from my childhood, I have always been very healthy. Even if somebody fell sick in my house, I would never fall sick. I was absolutely healthy all the time. But she said, in the last 2 years, I have been falling sick very, very often, again and again. She said, one problem comes, then I take some treatment for it, and just when that problem is subsiding and I feel better, immediately some other problem comes up. This has been happening for almost 2 years. And she said, it is totally very different for me. I have never been like this. And she said, I often used to wonder what is wrong with me suddenly. Then during that meditation in the class, she said, I got the answer to my question. Then what was the answer? We asked her. She said, my daughter's face flashed in my mind. Then we said, why daughter's face? She said, my daughter has been very sick for the past 2 years. She's got a big problem and she's undergoing a lot of treatment. Then she said, suddenly during the meditation, her face came and I could feel, I could understand that I was feeling a sense of guilt. When my daughter was not well, when she was undergoing so many treatments, how can I be healthy? That was the question which flashed in my mind. She said, I was so surprised and shocked. She said, I never thought I was falling sick because of that. But it was that feeling of guilt which was making me create all these illnesses. So you see how the mind can make a person sick. That was one example. And there is another classic example. There was a couple who used to come for our classes. They were a very nice couple and both of them were very healthy, trim and fit. I knew them very well. They had been attending many of my classes. And then suddenly I did not see them for more than 2 years. And after that again both of them came for a class. But within those 2 years, This lady had put on a lot of weight and she had so many health problems. She could not breathe, she had knee pain, she had this, that, everything. And the husband was telling me about her. He said, see, because of her weight, she has so many problems. The doctor is telling her she has to reduce the weight first, only then all the problems will become better. But she is not listening. He said, I keep telling her to do some dieting, she is refusing. I ask her to come for a walk, she doesn't come. He says, I even enrolled her in a gym, I've even got her some medicines, but she doesn't cooperate at all. And he also said, sometimes she falls so sick that she cannot get up for 2-3 days. And they had two young daughters who were going to the school at that time. So he said that children are suffering a lot because she is not able to pack their lunch, they are not able to go to school also. So when he said all this, then I turned to this lady and asked her, is this true? She said, yes, it is true. I was quite surprised. I said, but why? He says, you become so sick that you can't even do anything and your children are not able to go to school. So don't you think it's a very bad situation? Then she said, let it be, let them suffer. So when she said that, I was really, really taken aback. I said, how can a mother think like that? Then I asked her, but don't you think you should become all right? But then she started talking, she started pouring out her thoughts and her emotions. It was absolute anger on her husband. She said, he doesn't tell me anything that he's doing. All the money he gives to his brother's house, he goes there, he spends everything for them, and he never even tells me what he's doing. He doesn't listen to me. So she went on and on and on repeating herself, and this was the major thing in her mind. That anger towards her husband was making her respond in such a way. She said, why should I listen to him? Why should I go for a walk? Why should I do any dieting? Why should I take medicine? Why should I lose weight? But with all that anger, what was happening is she was losing her health. She didn't realize it. Or maybe she realized, but she was so angry that she did not want to accept it. So then again, this is a kind of block in the mind, that the anger becomes so predominant that you don't even bother about losing your health. So that way, the mind, I have so many more examples to tell you, but in this particular video, I thought these two examples will do. How the mind can prevent you from being healthy. It's a very important fact which we all have to be very, very much aware of. Whenever a person is unwell, see, if you suddenly fall sick for a day, that's okay, there could be some reason for it. But if there is a continuous illness, then a person should immediately think about the mind. Is there something wrong with my thought patterns, with my mind, which is making me fall sick again and again? If that awareness comes, then it can do you a lot of good, even if you are taking some treatment for your illness. Along with the treatment, if the thoughts can become positive and powerful, then even the treatment can work very well. So take care of your health. First of all, take care of your mind. That is most important.